Hi, it's Renee once again here from Revv Motoring, and just like everybody else, I have to change my tires. And the location that I'm actually at one of the B Select stores, or Bridgestone's Tyre concept stores right here in Kaki Bukit. Okay, and they have basically 7 of the stores located right here in Singapore. And I happen to be at the one in Kaki Bukit right here in the east. I think one of the few reasons why I'm actually here is because the B Select stores offers you a really great customer experience. So what I mean by customer experience? Well, usually when you change your tires, there's basically nothing to do for you and you're just basically hanging around doing nothing. Well, right here at the B Concept stores, they actually have a lounge for you to actually relax, sit down, grab some coffee while your tires are being changed. And of course, we know that whenever we get our tires changed, we just don't want anybody to change our tires. And right here at the B Select stores, they actually have professional on-hand people to actually change your tires and advise you on the different types of tires that Bridgestone has. And of course, that's the most important question: price. And right here at the B Select stores, the guys are really transparent about the pricing, which means that you get a really honest deal, a good fair pricing, and most importantly, you get the best products right here from Bridgestone. Okay, I'm actually right now in the customer service lounge. As you can see around me, it's really comfy. It's got AC, and of course, you've got the comforts of having coffee and some great sofas where you actually can sit down and relax while your tires are getting changed. And the whole thing why I'm here is because basically my tires were giving so many issues. The wear and tear was just out of this world, and it was giving me so many problems. So I decided to go with a whole new range of Bridgestone tires. And as you can see behind me, Bridgestone has a couple of series of tires. We have the Potenza, the Turanza, the Ecopia, and the Dweller. So what are basically some of the features of the different range of tires that Bridgestone has? Well, if you're looking for high performance vehicles, well, that's the Potenza. And if you're looking for something for comfort, you're choosing the Turanza series. And for the Ecopia series, as the name suggests, it's eco-friendly, which means you get to travel further with less fuel, which once again is a really great way to save money. And of course, if you happen to be driving a 4x4, well, you go for the Dweller series, which I think is excellent for 4x4s. So what tires am I going to change today? Well, I'm actually going to change to the Turanza GR-100 tires. And for me personally, I'm driving a station wagon. So I'm looking for tires that offer me comfort, and I decided to go with the Turanza GR-100. So why did I do that? Well, basically 2 points that the Turanza offered me was it gives me an exceptionally smooth ride, superior quietness, and also assured confidence. So what are these 3 points actually talking about? Well, exceptionally smooth ride. I believe that most of you guys, whenever you drive a car, you want a car that gives you a great stability and great handling, and that comes along with the GR-100. And superior quietness, as we all know, whenever we drive our cars, we get lots of road noise with the tires. With the GR-100, there isn't such an issue. So what's going to happen is you're sitting in the car with a family, you get nothing but quietness in your cabin. And for assured confidence, well, that's one thing I think whenever you buy tires, that's something which is a must. All right, as if you drive a tire, especially be it in a wet or dry condition, one thing you want to be sure is that you have great grip on your tires. And the GR-100 has the asymmetrical 3D pattern on the tires, which once again gives you that total confidence, be it in dry or wet weather. It's been about 2 weeks since I fitted on the Bridgestone Turanza GR-100. Because the reason being because I needed time to so-called break in the wheels, exactly tires, and also kind of get a read on how my fuel mileage was going. So 2 weeks later, and 3 top-ups of my fuel tank from Reserve, I kind of topped up just to get a feel about how much fuel I'm getting. It just kind of gave me the results, which I think is pretty positive for those of you looking to get a pair of Bridgestone tires, be it the Turanza, Ecopia, or the other series that you might have. But before I go into that, let me kind of talk to you a bit more about tires, I guess. Because I think for most Singaporeans or most people, they have this issue about spending money on the things which they don't see a value for. It's not something that you can actually kind of count or see what you're buying. So it's the same with tires. When you buy a tires, especially, it's a feeling that why am I paying so much for tires? After all, I'm putting it on my car, and then I don't really know what's going on with the tires. That's why I think it's one of the misconceptions that most people have about putting in good money into tires. Because if you realize it, the tires are actually the only grip that you have between your road and yourself. So why wouldn't you be investing in a good set of tires? Makes sense, right? Yeah. So that's the thing. So I've seen some people driving really expensive cars, and then in the end they're putting cheap tires on the cars, and it's not even the tires that kind of suit their car that they're driving. So that being said, yeah. So tires are very important because depending on the car that you drive, whether it's a saloon car, an MPV, a sports car, could be anything, you have to get the right set of tires for your car. Don't be cheap about it because like I said, at the end of the day, it's not only your life that is in your hands basically, but also your loved ones. So why wouldn't you be spending money on something that's gonna have that safety factor for your whole family? So let's talk about the tires that I have fitted onto my car. By the way, it's a Subaru. It's a station wagon. I have the Bridgestone Turanza GR-100, which kind of fits my kind of lifestyle, my kind of driving, especially for the car that I'm driving, which happens to be a wagon. One of the factors, or basically three factors that this tire actually has. First of all, it has quietness. What the Turanza has is this, it's called a 3D resonator. And what the 3D resonator is basically grooves that have been built into the tire. And how does that actually help you in making it a more quieter, right? But basically the grooves helps to dissipate air pressure. You drive, there's some pressure in the tires. So the grooves that have been built into the tires help dissipate any air pressure between the tires, offering you a really quiet ride. And to be honest with you, it really does. I really do feel a difference, especially compared to the previous tires that I was using, which I could hear lots of road noise. But with the Turanza, just take a listen. Quiet, isn't it? Another important point on choosing the Turanza GR-100 is it offers you a smoother ride. And how did the smooth ride come about? Well, basically in the GR-100, the Turanza GR-100, we have some asymmetrical patterns which have been built into the tires, which is really helps you as you're driving, whether it be dry weather or especially in the wet weather. It gives you that smoother ride. And if you do lots of highway driving, you can actually feel that much different. It's really the handling of the car. I mean, the steering, everything, it feels more lighter. It's making your drive that more pleasurable. Okay, and the third point, and the final point about why I think these tires are really kind of suit me is because it has that assured confidence it gives me. And I think when you drive, as a driver, that's something that you really need to have that confidence that the tires that you're using gives you that feeling that you're driving. I'm driving with safety, I'm driving with confidence. And how the Turanza GR-100 does that, it has been made with an advanced silica compound, and how that silica compound basically helps the whole car maneuver, basically, or even handle. Well, that's one thing. Again, it helps the car be a better drive in whether be dry or wet weather. And one other feature that with its compound it really does give you is added fuel economy. And I'm not kidding you. The reason why it took me about 2 weeks to kind of do this test was because I really wanted to gauge whether or not I was actually saving fuel with these tires. And to be honest, yes, I have. On an average tank, I'm saving somewhere. I'm talking about the reserve line, by the way. I'm saving somewhere between 30 to 35 kilometers of added fuel when I'm driving with these tires. And like I said, it took me 3 tankfuls to kind of roughly gauge whether these numbers were correct. And honestly, yes, it was. Based on the last tires that I was using, and now I'm actually getting that much better mileage with these tires. So there you go. That's the reason why, folks, I keep telling you over and again, you have to get the right set of tires for the car that you're driving. And with the Bridgestone Turanza GR-100, it's giving me exactly what I need. So if you get yourself a pair of tires, whether it's the ones I'm using, the Turanza, or the Copia series, or the whole other range that Bridgestone has, check out their B Select stores, head on down and mention to them you got to hear the review from Revv Motoring. So do I get a special discount? Now that's it for me, Renee here, and I certainly hope this drive has been informative for you, giving you more information about Bridgestone tires and what you should actually be looking for when you buy your next set of tires.